Hey, Chris Liepe here for the Recording Revolution with ways to listen to music that will help you be a better musician and a better mixing engineer or producer. This might seem like a really obvious subject. I don't need to be told how to listen to music. And you might also be thinking about, well, I know how to listen to music in a really detailed way. Well, good. But I think that these tips, even if you do some of them and not all of them, or don't do some of them and not all of them, are going to help you hone in your listening skills so that you're able to get more enjoyment out of the music and be intensely in tune with the differences or qualities of songs you appreciate versus the songs you're working on. I also feel that this video is necessary because in today's technology-driven world, we've been given so many ways to listen to music, ways to hear music, that we have lost the art of truly listening to music. So keep that in mind. If you'd like more in-the-weeds recording tips and mindset tweaks, click the link below and join my free recording course. I go through how to track and mix bass, vocals, guitar, and we work on a little mini song so that you can apply right along with me while I'm teaching you the techniques. And that brings me to my first tip / gripe. Stop listening to music on your phone speaker. It's a huge pet peeve of mine. And it happens with like people who are really huge music buffs and people who are, they just want to play a song. But I get this all the time. And I've started to just be like, don't show me that. I don't want to hear it. What happens? Someone has a song or something they want to show you. Maybe it's even a song they've worked on. They pull out their phone and they go, listen to this. And they play it on their phone speaker. I can't hear anything. That slightly distorted mono, not necessarily mono anymore. It's just horrible. And I understand why this is happening. Someone's excited to show me something, and that's what they have. They don't have a nice set of speakers. So a lot of times what I'll do is if someone wants to show me something, I'll be like, instead of playing it right now, can you just text me a link? And then I'll listen in a little bit on a nicer set of headphones or, AirPlay it to something else or whatever. Listen on my computer where I've got my studio monitors. It's true that our mixes should sound good on phone speakers because a lot of people listen just on phone speakers. And that's a decent way to be familiar with music. But you're not training yourself to listen to musical nuance, different ways that frequencies interact with your ears in a particular space. You're not interacting with the arrangement or the spatial nature of the mix at all. So stop listening and start rejecting the invitation to, hey, here, listen to this. I want to show you this video. I want to show you this song. Do everything you can to experience first listens on decent speakers or decent headphones. And my second tip, make every effort to listen to albums when you can. The art of the album is something that has largely gone away with, here, look up a YouTube video and check out this new song, or playlists, all that stuff. But great songwriting and great albums lead you on two different types of journeys. You've got song order to think about. You've got arranging order and dynamics that flow through in really profound ways in great albums. And I know as I'm saying this, those of you who do have favorite albums know this. One album that comes to mind in a big way for me is The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. I never want to listen to that album on random play. I love the way things flow into one another. This will inspire you if you make a habit of listening to albums again to create way different arranging and dynamics and even performance decisions as you write and record your own music. Because you won't be thinking about, I want to get this song done and release my single. You'll be thinking about how you can draw people in on this two-part sort of journey. The song arc and the album arc. And this goes against a lot of what is popular right now, or people are saying that the album is dead and, make an EP instead and, don't release singles, or do release singles, don't release a whole album. And I think I agree with those things for the most part when it comes to what we are doing with our recordings. I think releasing singles is a great idea. I think releasing an EP is a way better idea than going for a full album, especially if you haven't done a full album. And that's tough to do. I'm talking about listening to music. Even if you listen to whole albums and you make a habit of doing this, instead of just cherry picking songs or even parts of songs. How many times have you been in a car with someone and they're so excited to show you different music, and they'll play like the first 30 seconds of this song, and then they'll skip to a completely different thing and play 30 seconds of this song. Then they'll skip part of that song and skip to the end. That's not listening to music. That's sampling some things. Don't stop there, though. Sit down, dim the lights, grab a favorite drink, sit in your favorite chair, get in your listening environment, put an album on and make it an event like you're watching a movie. How annoying would it be if you were only watching parts of a movie that you hadn't seen before? You wouldn't get the context. And then my third tip, probably the most important, but you can't do it unless you're doing these other two things. Practice active listening. What do I mean by active listening? Well, you should make it a goal when you're listening to songs to learn parts of the song, even if you're not interested in performing it, but learn parts of the song as you're listening to it. Can you pick up on what the chord progression is? This will help train your ear as you work toward this goal. If you can't, you've got some things to work on. But as the song is playing, can you identify, that's a 1-6-2-5 progression? Can you figure out what key it's in so that you will start to understand how the melody will interact with your voice? You will also, if you know the chord progression and the key, you'll also be able to visualize, even without picking up your guitar or your other instrument, how certain things will feel and how to play that song or songs on the album, even before you pick up your instrument or go to sing. Count the time signature. Are there any time changes? Those things can be sneaky because great writers and arrangers, they make these things seamless. Are there any key changes? Notice these things. That's one part of active listening. The other part of active listening is really be listening for the textures. Are they doubling the vocals? Are there background vocals that are going in and out and contributing to the arrangement as you've listened through maybe the second or third time that you didn't initially hear? What's the instrumentation? What's the tempo like? Does it feel fast? Does it feel slow? Does it remind you of anything else? Start asking these questions as you're listening, even as you're listening through to the first time. Why is this so important? Well, if we're creating music, we're mixing stuff, we're writing, and we are not making a habit of practicing lengthy, active listening to other music, it's going to make creating reference mixes or being inspired by our favorite music much more difficult. You just can't truly be inspired by something unless you've really gone down the road of practicing active listening. I hope this has been enjoyable for you and maybe awaken you to what's important when you want to enjoy the music that you like or new music that people are showing you. Again, if you'd like more help with your recordings, click that link below and join my free recording course. We'll see you for more.